Okay. So am I audible to all of you? Please respond. Can you all hear me? Am I audible to everyone? Yes. So the same session, I'm also broadcasting it live on the YouTube. So you can attend the session on the WebEx or on the YouTube. Okay, same thing here. It depends upon you. All right. So let's start here. So now tell me your scores, all of you. Like Damini has pointed that Damini is getting a score of 22.5, isn't it, Damini? This is the marks which you have got, 25 in the quant. Yes or no? So if you have got at quant section only 22.5, remember in the XAT 2020, the overall cutoff was only 21.5, isn't it? Last time I told you, all of you, that the overall cutoff is only approximately around 21.5, as far as I remember, isn't it? So only on the basis of quant sections, you will be able to clear the overall cutoff. So Rohan also a good score, 20.25 is also a very good score. So you can see here on the screen, is there anyone who has got less than 4.7? Any female who was sitting here? Any female who was sitting here? Any one of you have got less than 4.7 score? No. All of you have got more than 4.7? So like I told you that here the cutoff for this year, last year it was very, very low on the lower side. So for it is nothing but it is 4.7. I score 4.7, which I'm sure that most of you have got a score of more than 4.7. Isn't it? सबके आए 4.7 से ज्यादा? All right. ठीक है. So and the here it is equal to for male engineer, for BM the cutoff was 8.2 and for female it is equal to 6.2. So if I look at here, I'm going to ask you, as you guys are not telling me, Anupam, what is your score? Avinash, Damini, Garima, Nikita, Silpa, all the female, are you all able to get a minimum of 4.7? 10.25, it's a good score, I'll say. 10.25, so you will be able to clear the sectional cutoff of all the categories, in fact. So that's also good score. But believe me, there are a lot of questions. Sushant is getting 10.5. Okay. Avinash is also getting 10. So like I told you earlier also that Garima is getting 8.25. Anupam is getting 11. Okay. ठीक है. So in the XAT, one thing which is very important here, which you all need to understand, that it's all about sectional cutoff here. And then later on maximizing your score. And you can easily clear the sectional cutoff. Okay, there is nothing new which you need to study for the XAT preparation as far as the quant and DI is concerned. Just need to concentrate on writing lots of sectional tests and just thinking, okay, how I can maximize my score. That is all about here. And every year you can find out lots of easy questions here. So let's start here, discussion of this. All right. Hi, good evening, all of you. So let's start. So I'm going to start discussing all the questions one by one. Should we start now? Okay. So let's start here. So if we start, and I'll tell you what all questions were there which you could have done easily. So if I start question number 1 here. Now, this was an easy question, isn't it? It says two lighthouses located at point A and Earth are 60 feet and the 40 feet. So I can say there are two lighthouses. So this is one lighthouse which is located at point A. So I can mark this is point A. Then there is another lighthouse which is located at point B. Let's say this is point B. And their height is 60 feet and that is nothing but that is equal to 40 feet tall. Each lighthouse is perfectly vertical and the land connecting A and B. So there is a land connecting A and B is perfectly flat. The topmost point of lighthouse A is A dash. So I can mark the point is A dash here. Draw line segment A dash B. So I draw the line segment A dash B and also the line segment B dash A. So I draw the line segment B dash A also and let them intersect at point C. So this is point C here. Okay. Yes. And from here, drop a perpendicular to touch the earth at a point C here. Okay. So this is C dash and this is C. So it's a very standard question. And like I told you, if you remember that I have seen this question in the last so many years, at least 7 to 8 different times. CAT, even in the CAT, I have seen this question 5 to 6 times. So the general logic here is what? If this length is equal to X, this length is equal to Y, and this is equal to K. So we all know that is 1 by K, it is 2 1 by 1 by Y. So it's a simple one. I can say 1 by k is equal to nothing but 1 by 40 and plus 1 by 60. So 1 by k is equal to 1 by 40 plus 60. So from here, the value k, it will be comes out to be, that is 40 into 60 upon 100, which is equal to 24. And this is the answer, which is also known as the ladder theorem. A very important result. I have seen a lot of questions like this in the CAT. CAT में कम से कम 4-5 बार तो आ चुका है. So, of course, solving the past year paper is definitely going to help you all. Any doubts to anyone? So, can I say this was an easy one? Please tell me yes or no. This is the question which is... Okay. So, let's move to the next slide. Chale aage, Manjusa, Jitendra and everyone, all of you. Some of you are watching on the YouTube, some of you are watching on the WebEx simultaneously. All right. So let's start. Question number 2. Another easy question. Yes or no? Okay. So for this particular question, we can say also A dot B is equal to this one. So 5.2. So what is the value of 5.2? So I can say 5.2, it is equal to 5 plus 2 into 2. So 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. 7 2s are nothing but that is equal to how much? 14. Yes or no? Yahi hoga, that is equal to 14. Then I'll say 14 circle 5. So 14 plus 5 into 5. All right. So 14 plus 5 is equal to 19. 19 into 5, which is 95. So a very easy one, which will not take more than 1 minute. So this is also, I'll rate it as a easy, isn't it? So question number 1 was easy. Question number 2 is also a easy question. All right. Let's move to the next question. So first 2 were very easy. Question number 3. Okay. So for question number 3, again, I'll not say that it's a very difficult one. It was doable, maybe length of the question, but I'll at least read it. Now, always, if there is any question which you're not able to comprehend within the 30 seconds, it's better to leave such type of the questions. But the moment you read it, so you can identify that, okay, it is easy, it is not a very difficult one. So it says, Nalini has received a total of 600 WhatsApp messages from 4 friends. So the 4 friends are nothing but that is A, B, C, and D. Okay. Beena and Divya sent 30% and 20% of these messages. So Beena sent 30% of the messages and what Divya says 20% of this message. So Beena 30% and Divya is nothing but that is 20% of these messages here. Okay. While Anita had sent an equal number of messages at Chitra. So 30 plus 20 is 50. So remaining 50 will be distributed equally, which is 25% and 25% here. Moreover, Nalini finds that Anita's, Beena's, Chitra's and Divya messages, okay, 60%, 40%, 80% and 50% are respectively jokes. So 60%. Okay, so 60% of 25%. So 60% is equal to what? 3 by 5. So I can say 3 by 5 of 25. So 3 by 5 of 25 is 15. 30%, then 40% of 30. So 40% of 30 is equal to 12. Then 80% of 25. 80% is equal to 4 by 5. So 4 into 25, I'll say how much that is comes out to be 20. And then last 50% of Divya's message. So 50 into 20, that is equal to 10. So this is 15, 12, 20 and 10. What percentage of the jokes received by Nalini have sent neither by Divya nor by Beena? So neither by Divya nor by Beena. So basically, I need to calculate the total of A. So A plus C, 15 plus 20, that is equal to 35. And what is the total number of masses? The total number of masses here, it is equal to 15 plus 12 plus 20 plus 10. That will be equal to, it will be 7 here. So 57, I'll say 57. That's right. So this is approximately, but that is of no use, Nikita. That is what I'm trying to say. It question says what percentage of received by. So I need to find out the final answer in terms of percentage. So is there actually any use of this 600 WhatsApp message? No. Even if this data was missing, we could have find out the answer, isn't it? So 600 ki actually zarurat hi nahi hai. I need to find out the final answer in terms of percentage. So that is 35 by 57. So 7 5s are and 7 8s are 56. So 8.56. So 8.1, or I'll say that approximately 8.1. And we know that 5 by 8 is equal to what? 5 by 8 is equal to 62.5. So this value is slightly closer to 62.5%. lesser, because 5 by 8 is equal to 62.5. So 5 by 8.1 has to be lesser than 62.5. And we can say the nearest option choice is option number B. So there was not too much of calculations at all. We can have easily eliminated the option choices here. So is that clear? Can we move to the next slide now? Please tell me. All right, guys. So let's move forward. Now, coming to question number 4. So when I was solving this question here, it reminds me of what a question, similar question was asked in the CAT, maybe 2001. In the CAT 2001. So just here, a man is laying stones from start to along the two sides of a 200-meter walkway. Okay, so there is a 200-meter walkway like this one. So this total length is equal to 200 meter, that we know. So this is equal to 200 meter. Okay. Now, the stones are to be laid 5 meters apart from each other. Okay. So I'll say, let's say if this is equal to 0. Okay, this is equal to 0. So after that, I'll say after this is 5 meter, then 10 meter, then I can say that is 20 meter, and so on till nothing but that is total is 200 meter. This is my milestone, which is 2 meter. Okay. Now, so I this 5 1, this is 5 to 2, the total distance 5 into 3, which is 15, and so on. When he begins, all the stones are present at the start of the walkway. So initially, all the stones are here at origin. We can. He places the first stone on each side of the walkway start. So I need to put stones on both this side as well as this side. So at every milestone, I need to put 2 stones here. Okay. However, he can carry only 1 stone at a time. So if he can carry 1 stone at a time, so if he starts from this point, 1 stone at a milestone of 5, then he will come back. He will pick the second stone. He will put the second stone, and then again he will come back. So at a milestone of 5 meter, he needs how many rounds? 4 rounds. Similarly, I need to put 2 stones at a milestone of 10. So if I need to put 2 stones at a milestone of 10, so I'll start from 0, I'll reach to 10, I'll put 1 stone, then I'll come. Then again, I'll start, put 1 stone, and again I'll come back. So if you observe here, he is taking actually 4 trips. So what is the total distance? In the first case, the total distance traveled is equal to 5 meter. Okay, that is 5 into 4 rounds. In the second case, it is 4. So the total distance traveled will be how much? I can say that is 5 is in any case common. Sorry, 5 into 4 plus 10 into 4. So I can take 4 as common. So 4 into 5, 10 plus 15 plus 20 and so on. Last one is 200. Okay, 200 here. And also you need to keep one thing, that after laying all the stones, the man to the start. So after putting all the stones, he needs to come back to the original position. Okay. So if I say this is 4 into 5 is common, and I'll get 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till nothing but that is 40. So sum of first 40 natural numbers. So that is equal to 20. Sum of first 40 natural 40 into 41 by 2. So that is equal to nothing but that will be comes out to be how much? That is 400 into 41. And 400 into 41, that is equal to 16400. So this is the answer, option number D. So it was a question which I'll say of a medium level, because it's not very difficult. If you read the questions, then you can easily solve it. It was not something where you need to think a lot. Similar question was asked in CAT 2001 also. So is that clear? Should we move to the next question now? Avinash, Shashant, Damini, Nikita, Manjusa, Jitendra, and everyone. All right, guys. So let's move to question number 5. Now, 2 friends, Ram and Syam, start at the same point. So there are at the same point. Ram travels straight north at a speed of 10 km per hour, while Syam travels east at twice the speed of Ram. So speed of Syam is double of speed of Ram. Okay. After 15 minutes, Syam says Ram that Okay. So I'll say what will happen after 15 minutes. So this is the case here. So Ram is traveling in the north. So this is the direction of Ram. Is traveling in north. Okay. And Syam direction in the east. And the speed of Syam is double. Okay. So in 15 minutes, if I'm talking about in 15 minutes, okay, you can find out what is the total distance. But after 15 minutes, what is happened? Syam messages that he just passing by a large telephone tower. So here at this point, there is a telephone tower. Okay, guys. So I'm writing down here it is a telephone. This is the point T where there is a telephone tower after 15 minutes. Then after another 15 minutes, further it says after another 15 minutes, Ram messages Syam that he old banyan tree. So after another 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. So Ram is sending a message that he's passing a banyan tree. So here is the banyan tree. I can say this is our banyan tree. Okay, let me mark the point. So total, they have traveled for how many hours? They have already traveled for half an hour. 15 minutes plus 15 minutes, that is half an hour. After some more time has elapsed, so after few more times, they will travel certain distance, which is represented by green line. They stop at the same point of the time. So time is constant here. So if the time is constant, ratio of speed is always equal to ratio of distances. If the straight line distance between Ram and Syam is now 50, so this straight line distance, it is nothing but that is 50. Okay. So this is the final position for Ram and this is the final position for Syam. And this distance, it is given to as nothing but 50. Okay. So let me mark this is equal to point P, this is equal to Q, and this is equal to R. Okay. And as the speed of Syam is double of speed of Ram, so the distance traveled by Syam will be also more than the double of Ram. So if I say the distance Q, it is equal to, let's say, K. All right. So the distance but to be 2K. By applying the Pythagoras theorem, you can simply say K square plus 2K whole square, it is nothing but that is equal to 50 square. So that means 5K square, it is equal to 2500, or K square, which will be comes out to be equal to 500, which is equal to, means K is equal to 10 root 5. Okay, K is 10 root 5. Now the question is, if the straight line distance between Ram and Syam is now 50, how far is Syam from the banyan tree? So I need to find out the distance from the banyan tree to the Syam. So this blue line, okay, this blue line I need to find out. Okay. So QR is equal to 2K. So we already know QR, it is equal to this length, QR, which is equal to 20 root 5. Now the distance BQ, that is what I need to calculate. Okay, guys, the distance BQ I need to calculate here. So remember the distance BQ, this is the distance traveled by Ram in half an hour. Now 15 minutes for this red point line, 15 minutes for this. So 15 plus 15 is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes in those 30 minutes, he will travel how much distance? Ram will travel how much distance? That is something which we need to calculate. So in those 30 minutes, Ram will travel how much distance? The speed of the Ram is 10. So in 30 minutes, the Ram will travel 5. Okay. So now we have got the answers. So Ram will travel 5. So what is the answer? This blue line or BR, it is equal to root of 5 square plus 25 whole square. Okay. So 5 square plus 20 root 5 whole square. And if you solve this, that will be comes out to be equal to nothing but root of 2025. And root of 2025 is equal to 45. So this is the answer. So option number D. So now tell me, was it a difficult question? No. Now, maybe not in the first round, or maybe even if you are trying in the second round. But the point here is, this is not something for which you need to think a lot. If you draw a diagram properly, you'll get the answers quickly, isn't it? Any doubts now to anyone? Samrat, clear? All of you guys? Okay. So I think he's not here. Let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Now, again, when I saw this question, so I attacked this question literally. Why? Because this is not something new. Same question was asked in which year? I'll tell you the reason here. It was same question was asked in XAT 2016. Okay. CAT 2015. XAT 2016. उससे पहले in the XAT 2007 also. So this is not something new. So whenever you are seeing, if you have solved these past year papers, so definitely you can think, okay, ये तो easy है, ये तो इस तरह के questions we have already solved such type of the question in the past. So familiarity plays a major role here. Okay. So here, so a rectangular swimming pool is 50-meter long and 25-meter wide. Its depth is always the same along its width, but linearly increases along its length from 1 meter at one end to 4 meters. So what is the diagram of the swimming pool? It is like this. I'll draw a rectangular swimming pool and there are two depths. So I can join it like this one. Okay. So I can say this is the here, this is my nothing but end, and this is my shallow end. Okay. Now, what is the top view of the swimming pool? This is my top view of the swimming pool. Okay, this is my top view of the swimming pool. So it is actually nothing but it's a prism. There are a lot of ways, but I told you here, always for prism, what is the volume of the prism? Volume of the prism is always equal to base area. Okay, volume of the prism is always equal to base area into height. Okay, so for finding the volume, that is base area into height. Okay, so let's see here. So what is the base area? So you can see there are two bases. Base area, what is the common base area? So if I take the front face, if you take the face, like if you are sitting on the side, if I'm talking about this, so this is nothing but my front face. Or same thing is at the back also. Okay. And in between them, these two, the gap is same. So this is actually nothing but it's a trapezium. Okay. Nothing but this is a trapezium here. Okay. So it says rectangular swimming pool length is 50 meters. So this is equal to 50 meter. At one of the end, its depth is 1 meter. At one of the end, its depth is nothing but 4 meter. Okay. So this is here 51 and 4. So what is the area? Base area. Area of a trapezium is equal to half to sum of parallel sides, which is 1 plus 1, into the distance between these two parallel sides, which is equal to 50. So this is my base. And I need to multiply by height. And what is the height in the swimming pool? That is basically the width. Okay. As you can see, this is the one base. This is base 1. और ये इसके पीछे में same side, that is base 2. And between these two bases, what is the gap? This is my gap here. Okay. What is, I'll say, this is the दो bases के बीच में. And this is my width, which is given as 25. So multiplied by 25. So this answer. So that will become half into 4 plus 1 is equal to 5 into 50 into 25. So that will become out to be equal to how much? If you solve this, you'll get the answers, and that answer is equal to, I think, 3125. 3125. So the answer is option number. So I'll rate personally, I'll believe that this is a as a medium level category, easy to medium. Yes, because you have solved such type of the question. इससे भी पहले same question आ चुका है. Only the values were changed. Otherwise, similar question has been asked. XAT में आ चुका है पहले in the XAT 2016. So any doubts to anyone? Can we move to the next question? So when I was solving this paper, in the first 6 question, I didn't struggle. पहले 6 question में there was no sign of struggle in the first 6 question. So should we move to the next slide? Please tell me. 7th. Now 7 is the question which I'll say a difficult one. Okay. So something which is new. So probably you could have left this question. Let's discuss here. A rectangular field is 40 meter long and 30 meter wide. Okay. So this rectangular field is 40 meter long and 30 meter wide. Draw diagonals on this field. So I draw the diagonals on this field. This is equal to 40 and this is equal to 30. So the length of this diagonal, it is going to be equal to 50. All right. So 40, 30 and 50. And then draw circles of radius 1.25 meters here with centers only on the diagonal. So I need to draw circles, lots of circles like this. I've drawn one circle. each circle must fall completely within the field. So there is a one circle in the corner. Okay, this is the one circle which is in the corner. Any two circles can touch each other, but they should not overlap. So the two circles can touch, but they should not. So what is the maximum number of such circles that can be drawn in the field? And all circles are lying on the diagonal. So I'm starting putting it on one side, one of the corner. So in that corner, can you say we get a figure like this one? If I'm talking about this corner, this is the point P. Okay, this is point Q. So this is the point P. Okay. So I'm putting one circle at the corner of this square P. So it says the radius of this circle is 1.25. So I can say this length, it is equal to 1.25. This radius is 1.25. So this is also equal to 1.25. This is also equal to 1.25 and this is equal to 1.25. So what is its distance from the corner to the center of this circle? That is what I need to find out. Okay, let me say this is the point A. Okay, A. So first of all, we'll try to identify what is the length PA is equal to. So the length PA is equal to nothing 1.25 in this angle is 90 degree. Okay, now root 2 we can approximate, that is equal to 1.25 into nothing but that is equal to 1.41, or I can say 125 into 14. Yes or no? So what is this value approximate? That is, you can say, you can always approximate this as 125 into 14. So what is 1.25 into root 2? Or you can say that is 125 into 14 approximately. Okay, 1.7. Yes, approximately 1.76. Yes. So this is equal to nothing but that is equal to 1.76. Yeah, 1.76. Okay. Same thing happens at the, there will be, I'm saying at the corner Q also. So from here it is 1.76. Remember this point is equal to 1.76. Same thing is going to happen at the corner 1.76 also. Okay, this is 1.76 and here also from this point and this point that is equal to 1.76. So what is 1.76 plus 1.76? Okay, Garima said 7.675. What is 1.76 plus 1.76? Approximately ये क्या आ जाएगी? What is this value is coming out to be equal to? Can you tell me? 1.76 plus 1. That is equal to 3.52. So in between the total length, it is equal to how much? The total length it is अच्छा. Okay, I'll not say 1.76 और ये थोड़ा yes. This 1.76 and this is 1.25. Okay. So the first circle is taking how much distance? That is 1.76 plus 1.25. That is approximately equal to how much? 3.01. Yes or no? 3.01. So 3.01 on one side, 3.01 on the other side. So what is the remaining distance which is in the middle? Okay. We know that is equal to 50. 50 minus 3.0 and 50 minus 3.0, that is approximately, it is equal to 44. Okay. So 44 are there. And we know that the diameter of one circle is going to be equal to 2.5 meter because the radius of one circle is 1.25. So the diameter is going to be equal to 2.5. So 44 by 2.5, approximately it will be comes out to be how much? Please tell me. 44 by 2.5. It will be comes out to be approximately how much? All of you? 17. Yes, that is equal to 17. Perfect. So it means I can put 17 circles and these two circles. Remember, leaving these two corners. Okay. Except the corners in the middle, I can put the 17 circles. Yes or no? And then the two circles at the corner. So across one diagonal, I can put how many of them? Across one diagonal, I can put how many of them? That is 19. Okay. So across one diagonal, I can put 9. Across the also put 19. 19 into 19, 38. But one of them will be common. The circle which is in the center, this circle, it has been counted twice. So the answer in this case is equal to 19 into 2 equal to 37. So the correct answer for this is option number C, which is 37. So I'll rate this as a difficult question. That is not something which will strike very easily. Any doubts to anyone now? Actual exam scenario में बहुत जल्दी strike नहीं करेगा ये. Clear? All of you, please tell me. Rohan, Damini, Manjusa, and everyone, Avinash. All right, guys. So should we move to the next question? If the question number 7 is clear to all of you. So among the first 6 question, I somehow, when I start solving 7, so I thought, okay, nahi, ye to definitely second round wala question hai, because this is something new. Okay. Okay, Damini is, I knew ki odd numbered hoga and 40 minus 1 nahi, so I marked C. Okay, theek hai. So okay, that's also correct thing because answer has to be odd number. So odd number mein there are two possibilities, 37 and 39, or 39 laga ki nahi hai, you can mark 36. ठीक है, that is also okay. Great. Good. It worked. Okay. Now let's move to the question number 8. Okay. Another simple question. Yes or no? So 19 raised to power 20. So I'll say 19. 19 if I divide by 7, 7 to the 14. Okay. Remainder is equal to 5. Okay. 5 you can say, or you can say that is equal to minus 2. So 19 raised to power 20 is same as minus 2 raised to power 20. All right. Minus 2 raised to power 20, which is equivalent to nothing but that is equal to 2 raised to power 20 by 7. So 2 raised to power 20 by 7, since it's a easy, there are a lot of ways you can prefer any of the ways. So I can say 2 raised to power 20 by 7. This here the to 4. Do I need to explain it? Sabka 4 aaya tha. 2 raised to power 20 by 7, the remainder will be, I think in that case, it will be comes out to be 4. Okay. Now, and then it is 20 raised to power 19. So 20 raised to power 19 by 17. So 20 by 17, that will be equal to what? That is equal to, by 7. So 7 3s are 21. So minus 1 raised to power 19 by 7, which means the remainder is equal to minus 1. Okay, this is equal to 4 and this is equal to minus 1. So for 19 raised to power 20 minus 20 raised to power 19, the answer is equal to 4 minus of minus 1, which is equal to 5. And this is the answer. So very easy standard question, option A. Any doubts to anyone? So this was also easy. So out of the first 8 questions, 7 questions were there which were doable, except question number 7. 9th. Okay. Another very, very interesting question. Just see here. It says 6 drums are used to store water. 5 drums are of equal capacity. So there are 5 drums whose volume I can say V, 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 and V. Equal capacity. While the 6th drum has double the capacity of each of these 5 drums. So drum has got 2V. Okay, 2V volume. On one morning, 3 drums are found half full, 2 are found to be 2/3 full, 2/3. So when I was solving this, I'll tell you my approach. What the first thing which strike in mind, it says 3 drums are found half full and 2 are found to be 2/3 full. So 2/3 full. Okay, so I'll say let's take the volume as equal to 3. Okay, if I say the volume of this is equal to 3, 3, 3, and 3, and 3. So this will be equal to 6. Okay, that is how I work. And one is full completely full. So this is the volume. It is attempted to transfer all the water to the smaller drums. How many smaller drums are adequate to store the water? Okay. So we know that 3 drums are full, half full, 2 are 2/3, and 1 is completely full. Okay. So one of them is completely full. So the possibilities in on one particular day, this is completely full 6. Okay, or this is someday it is half filled, that is 2/3 is filled. So 2/3 of 6, 2/3 of the 6 is equal to 4 liter. And the third case, because remember for the first 5 it is the same thing, so just concentrate on the last one for 2B. Okay, so on one morning 3 drums are found half full, 2 are found 2/3, and 1 is found completely full. So the possibility for the biggest drum, either it is completely full, that is one of the cases, or it's 2/3 is full. So 6 into 2/3. What is 6 into 2/3? That is equal to 4, Avinash. So I'll take that is equal to 4. Okay. And the third possibility here is that it is half filled. That is equal to 3. यही 3 cases बनेंगे. Any other possibilities? Which drum is full? We have no idea. So I can say there are 3 different possibilities. Okay. So in the largest drum, either the 6 liter is filled, or the 4 liter is filled, or the 3 liter is filled. So it says on one morning 3 are found to be half full. So I'll say, let's say this is equal to 1.5, 1.5 and 1.5. And 2 are found to be 2/3. So this is 2/3 and 2/3. Okay. So in the first case, remember, it says how many smaller drums are adequate to store the water. So in the first case, when the bigger one, there is a 6 liter. So I need to put these 6 in the remaining one. So maybe I can put 1 here. So maybe I need to put 1 liter, 2 plus 1, I can put here. 1.5 I can put here, 1.5 I can put here. So 1.5 plus 1.5 is equal to 3 plus 2 is 5 and 1 here. So in any case, we needed 5 drum in the first case. Yes or no? We need exactly 5 drums in the first case. Please tell me if that part is clear. Damini and Avinash? Yes? So we need 5 drums. In the second case, this is 2/3 filled. So here it is equal to 1.5. One of them is completely filled, that is 3. And one of them is 2/3 filled, that is 2. So I need to this 4 liter of this particular 4 liter in the remaining. So how can I put? I can put 1 liter here, or maybe I can put 1.5 liter here, or 1.5 here. And then I can put 0.5 here. So in any case, it is complete. Here it is 2 and 2 plus 1.5, 3.5. So ye sara ka sara 1.5, I can't put it here. So in any case, here also we need exactly 5 drum. All right. Okay, just wait. Am I audible to all of you? Yes. So is the second case clear, Rohan? Ab clear hua? In the second case also, I need to use a 5 drum. Now in the third case, the biggest one is half. Okay, so it means out of the remaining 5, one of them is completely filled, that is 3 liter. Okay, one of them is completely filled by 3 liter, and the one of them will be 3. Okay, 2 of them will be half filled, 0.5, 1.5. Okay, and the remaining 2 will be 2 and 2. So I need to empty this 3 liter in the remaining value. So maybe I can put 1 liter here, 1 liter here, and here. So you can see 4, 2 plus 1, 3 is full, 1.5 plus 1, that is equal to 2.5. Here it is 3. So at the max, I can put only 5 liters. So in this case, we need exactly 5 drums. So in all the 3 cases, we need 5 drums. So the answer is option number C. It says 5, but not 4. In all the 3 cases, we need exactly 5 drums. So is that part clear to all of you now? Please respond. So I'll not rate this as something which is easy. Okay, but yes, doable tha, kar sakte the. Can we move to the question number 10? All right, let's move to question number 10. Now, this is very easy. When expressed in a decimal form, which of the following numbers will be non-terminating as well as non-repeating? So I need to identify non-terminating as well as non-repeating. So non-terminating as well as non-repeating. So it means it is basically we are talking about the irrational number. Yes or no? And irrational number is the first thing which strikes me. Okay, square roots are always irrational numbers. So I directly started with the first option, last option E. Or इसे solve किया. So that is root 2 into 3 root 2. That is equal to 3 root 2 into root 2. That is equal to 6 minus 4 and plus root. So this is equal to 2 plus root 3. So this is 2 plus root 3. It is definitely an irrational number. So the answer is nothing but option E. And I didn't check the other options. Okay, I found that the easiest way to check is if I need to check the options, the easiest way is to start with option number E. Because we know that all the numbers under the roots are usually irrational. So just solving this, we are getting 2 plus root 3, which is irrational. So the answer is option number E. Do I need to discuss any other option choices? Please tell me. No, check करने की जरूरत. Okay, you checked all for caution, that's right. But I started with option number E only. Okay, I know all the options. Okay, Nikita is saying let's discuss option number A. Now we also know that pi is an irrational number, isn't it? So if I say, let me select a pen tool. Okay, so Nikita is saying to discuss option number A. So tell me that thing, if you open the bracket, that is pi minus 5. This is what? So pi by 2 into 1 by pi. What is pi by 2 into 1 by pi? Or you can take pi by 2 as a common simply. Okay, and I'll get 1 by pi 1 minus 1. So I'll get pi by 2 into number, which is rational number. Okay, option D. Okay, option D, it is nothing but it is forming a series of GP. Yes or no? It's forming a series of GP. And in finite GP, it is always equal to A upon 1 minus R. So that is 4 minus pi into A upon 1 minus R. First term is 1 upon 1 minus R. Common ratio is equal to pi by 4. So this will be equal to 4 minus pi into 4 upon 4 minus pi. This will get cancelled. So this is 4. So option number D is basically 4. So that way. Clear now? Okay. Okay. So any other option you guys want me to discuss, or can we move to the next question? So I found this question to be easy, not a difficult one. All right, guys. So let's move ahead to the next slide. Okay, now this is a difficult question here. Question number 11. Now just here. So let me discuss it in detail. Question number 11. X, Y, and Z are 3 software experts who work on upgrading the software in a number of identical systems. X takes a day off after every 3 days of work. Y takes a day off after every 4 days of work. And Z takes a day off after every 5 days of work. So if you look at here, X, Y, and Z. So X is taking a day off after every 3. So he's working for the 3 days, then he's taking off, then another 3 days, then he's taking off. So it's a cycle of 4, 4. In every 4 consecutive terms, he will take 1 off. Okay. Now Y. Y takes a day off after every 4 days. So Y works for, he will take off. So cycle of 5, 4 days working and then 1 off. Something like this one. Okay. And Z takes a day off after 5 days. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 day off. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day off, and so on. So for Z, it's a cycle of 6. In a group of every 6 consecutive term, Z will take 1 day off. Now, starting afresh after a common day off, X and Y can together complete 1 new upgrade in 6 days. So X and Y, they are working for 6 days. So in the first 6 days, X will do work on how many days? You can see in the first 6 days, X will do how many days here? So in the first 6 days, that is, you can say X has done only work for 5 days. Yes or no? And in the first 6 days, Y will work for how many days? You can tell me. 6 days also, Y will work for 5 days. So I can say 5X plus 5Y. And let's say they how many units of work? 1 unit of work. Okay. Or 1 job. Now 1 new upgrade job. So they have completed 1 job. So 5X plus 5Y is equivalent to Y. So I'm assuming X is doing 1 unit, X unit of work 1 day. So in 5 days, X will do 5X unit work and Y will do 5Y unit work. Now in the second scenario, it says Z and X can complete 2 new upgrades. So they are working 2 upgrades in 8 days. So in the first 8 days, Z is working for how many days? Can you tell me? In the first 8 days, you can calculate Z. Z has taken only 1 day off. Yes, Rohan. पहले 8 दिन में Z केवल 6th day off लेगा. So Z has worked for 6 days, or 7 days. So I can say my equation, it will be comes out to be equal to 7Z. And X, in the first 8 days, X will take a off on the 4th day as well as 8th day. Yes or no? 4th day, 8th day. So he has taken an off on 2 days. So he has worked for 6 days. So I can say plus 6X, it is equal to 2. And the last case, Y and Z. Okay. Y and Z together start afresh on a new upgrade job after a common day. Third point, Y and Z working together can 3 upgrade in 12 days. So the total work, it is equal to 3 units. Okay. And in 12 days. So in the first 12 days, Y. Now remember, Y will take how many off in the first 12 days? Only 5th day he will take off, and 10th day, and then 15th. Y always take off on the multiple of 5. All right. So y will take only 2 days off. So y has worked for 10 days in the out of those 12 days. So that is equal to 10y plus. Similarly, I can say about the other thing. Uh, what about this z? In the first 12 days, z will work again for 10 days. So I can say that is equal to again 10 days. So that is 10z and that is equal to 3. So now we have got that is 5x plus 5y is this and this. So the easiest way to solve, which seems to me, is that I can solve probably these two equations. Yes or no? I can eliminate y. Yes or no? So multiply the first equation by 2. So I'll get that is equal to y is equal to 2 and 10. All right. यही आएगा. And if I take a difference between these two equations, so I'll get what? Y and y will get cancels and I'll say that is 10z minus 10y. 10z minus 10x, it is equal to 1. Okay. 10z minus, okay. So I multiplied it by 2. That will be equal to 20z minus 20x, it is equal to 2. Okay. And from here, this equation, that is equal to 7z plus 6x, it is also equal to 2. If I take a difference between these two, so I'll get 20 minus 7, that is equal to 0. So from here, we can say 13z minus 26x is equal to 0. All right. So we'll get that z to 2x. Is that clear? Z is equal to nothing but that is equal to 2x. So if z is equal to 2x, you can substitute in any equations and you can find out the value of z and x. Okay. So we know that the z is equal to 2x. So let any particular equation. So if I substitute it equation, okay, z or x ko na. So from here, I'll get the value of x, which is equal to 1 by 10. If I substitute 10z, that means 10 into 2 is 20. 20x minus 10x, that is 10x equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 by 10. So z is equal to nothing but that is equal to 2 by 10. So x is 1 by 10, z is equal to 2 by 10. All right. And then you can see x is 1 by 10, z is equal to 2 by 10. So what about y? You can substitute it probably in the first equation. And you can find out if x is equal to 1 by 10. So 10 into 1 by 10, that is equal to 1. Y is also equal to 1 by 10. So x is equal to 1 by 10, y is equal to 1 by 10. Which means x can complete the work in 10 days alone. Yes or no? 10 दिन उससे लगेंगे. Z can alone complete the work in 5 days. 2 by 10 equal to 1 by 5. And y can complete the work alone in 10 days. But that is not the question. Now coming to the next point. If x, y and z to start afresh on a new upgrade, okay, all the three are working together. Exactly how many days will require to complete this? So new. So एक job उन्हें करना है. So all the three are working together. So if all the three persons are working together, what will happen? X will do 1 by 10. Y will do again 2 by 10. Z will do 1 by 10. So in the first day, they will do 4 by 10. Yes or no? In the second day also they will do 4 by 10. Remember, because all of them are starting working together after a common off day. So for the next 3 days, all of them will definitely work. So X, they will do 4 by 10, 4 by 10, that is equal to together, it is equal to 8 by 10. And next day, they need to do only 2 by 10. So it means that is 0.5 days. For 4 by 10 work, 1 day is needed. So for 2 by 10, only 0.5 days will be needed. Now, so the total work can be fitted in 0.5 days. So the answer is option number C. So I'll rate this question as a difficult. Is that clear to all of you? Any doubts to anyone now? Repeat 1, 2, 3. What 1, 2, 3? Damini, which 1, 2, 3? Points you are saying. Right side value of 3. Right, okay. Now it says, if you look at point number 1, X and Y together can complete one new job. So X and Y, they are doing one job. Z are doing 2 jobs. And Y and Z, they are doing 3. That's why I have taken 1, 2 job and 3. 1 unit of work, 2 unit of work, and 3 unit of work. Okay. That's the reason I have taken as 1, 2, and 3. Clear now to all of you? So this is definitely the question which you should have left it. So should we move to the next slide now? Okay, you missed out that point. So this is not an easy one. I'll keep it as a difficult question. And again, the moment you read it now, you can easily understand this is not something which you can comprehend quickly. So इसे छोड़ना चाहिए. Always it's better that whenever you read the question and if it doesn't strike anything within a second, now leave that question. Maybe keep it for the second round. 12. Okay. For me, I found this to be easy क्योंकि देखते हैं. Ashok has a bag containing 40 cards. So Ashok has a bag containing 40 cards. Okay. So when it comes to Ashok has got a bag in which he has got all the numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on till 40. No two cards are numbered with the same integers. All the integers from 1 to 40. Likewise, his sister Silpa. So there is sister Silpa with no integer. She is carrying only 5 cards, and those numbers on the 5 cards are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Their mother Lata randomly draws 1 card from each Ashok and Silpa bag. So Lata is picking 1 card from Ashok bag and 1 card from this one. So what is the sample space? That is equal to 40 into 5. Yes or no? Okay, because Lata is picking 2 cards, 1 from Ashok's and 1 from the Silpa bag. So total possibility is 40 into 5. 200 different combinations are there. Now the question is, if Lata divided the number obtained from Ashok bag. So Lata is dividing the number obtained from Ashok bag from this one. Which one? That is Silpa's bag. So the possibility says, if Lata divides the number obtained from Ashok bag by the number obtained from Silpa's, what is the probability that the remainder will not be greater than 2? So here in that case, the remainder is nothing but it has to be less than equal to 2. So the possible remainder is either 0 or 1 or 2. So when you are dividing the first 40 natural number, the question is basically how many cases are there in which if you are dividing the first 40 natural number by first 5 natural number, then the remainder is either 0, 1 or 2. So there are 2 different ways. It depends how you do the counting here. Now, so here I am dividing here number by 1. Like the Ashok bag, I am dividing the number by 1. Or if all the number which Ashok has got, I am dividing it by 2. All the number which belongs to Ashok, I am dividing it by 3. Or I am dividing it by 4. Or I am dividing it by 5. Okay, these are the possibilities here. But how many of the cases the remainder is either 0 or 1 and 2? It is always 0. Here the 0. So I need to all the 40 cases. If I divide any number by 2, the remainder is either 0 or 1. Okay, in that case, if I divide any number by 2, remainder is either 0 or 1. So it means I need to take it is satisfying the criteria. So I need to take all the 40 cases here. In the third case, if I divide any number by 3, the possible remainders, when divided by 3, either it is 0 or 1 or 2. And I can consider all these 3 cases. So all the 40 are satisfying. Now, if I am dividing any number by 4, so the possible remainder is 0 or 1, 2 or 3. So I need to consider these 3 cases, but not these cases. Okay. If I divide any number by 4, the possible remainder is either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. यही 4 possibilities है और कोई possibilities नहीं है. But मुझे remainder 0, 1, 2 चाहिए, 3 नहीं चाहिए. So I'll see from the first 4 natural number, how many numbers will be there which were divided by 4 leaves a remainder of 3. So can I say, since it's a group of 40 consecutive number, so 40 by 4, I'm getting 10 groups. Yes or no? 10 groups means what? I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'll say 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Then I can say 9, 1, 2. And मेरे पास total 10 groups होंगे. And in a group of every 4 consecutive number, 3 of them will satisfy, 1 of them will not satisfy. Yes or no? 3 satisfy करेगा, like 3 will not satisfy the case. Okay, 7 will not satisfy the case. 11 will not satisfy the case. So in a group of every 4 consecutive numbers, 3 of the numbers will satisfy and 1 of the number will not satisfy. And we are getting 10 groups of 4 numbers each. 10 group बन रहे हैं 4 number के each. So कितने satisfy नहीं करेंगे? Out of 40, 10 of the numbers will not satisfy. So how many of them will satisfy? 30 of them will satisfy. Okay. I can say क्योंकि 40 number है, 40 consecutive, so 10 group बन रहा है. So there will be 10 numbers which will give me remainder 0, 10 numbers will give me remainder 1, 10 numbers will give me remainder 2, and 10 numbers will give me remainder 3. So the answer is 30 here. Same thing in the last case. If I'm dividing any number by 5, the possible remainder is either 0 or 1, 2 or 3 or 4. But I do not need to consider the last 2 cases in which the remainder is 3 and 4. Okay. I do not need to consider the last 2 cases 3 and 4. So there are 40 numbers. So 40 numbers. So how many groups? I'll say 40 by 5. So 40 by 5, 8 groups. ठीक है ना? 8 groups बने यहाँ पे 5 consecutive number के. So 8 of the numbers will give me remainder 0, 8 numbers will give me remainder 1, 8 numbers will give me remainder 2, 8 numbers will give me remainder 3, and 8 numbers will give me remainder 4. And 8 5s are 40 consecutive numbers. So how many of them are satisfying? Only 8 into 3, 24. So there will be a total of 24 cases. So is that part clear to all of you? ठीक है. So अब न्यूमरेटर में यहां पे क्या आएगा मेरे पास? That is equal to 40 plus. Okay, that is equal to 174. All right, equal to 174 by 200. That is equal to 0.87. So the correct answer is option B, which is 0.87. So I'll again keep this question as a difficult category. Is that clear to all of you? अब कोई doubt है? Or you could have also, instead of writing these many cases, you could have thinking this way कि I need a remainder which is greater than 2. अब remainder 2 से greater तभी आ सकता है जब मैं number को 4 या 5 से divide करूंगा. तो just count 4 और 5 वाले ऐसे कितने cases हैं in which the remainder is more than 2, and then from 200 you can subtract that. So should we move to the next question now? Garima, Nikita, Rohan, and everyone. All right, guys. So let's move ahead. 13. This is a very simple one. Agar if the approach which I'm going to discuss, if it strikes in your mind, so this question can be solved quickly. Agar ye strike kiya to, just here. In the figure given below, the circle has a chord of length AB of length 12 meters. So we know the length of this chord is nothing but that is basically equal to 12 meter. Okay. So the length of this chord is equal to nothing but that is going to be equal to 12 meters. Just a minute, guys. Okay. No, not a triplet, just here. Which makes an angle of 60 degree at the center of the circle. So I'll say this angle is equal to 60 degree. So if it is equal to 60 degree, so it means this angle is also equal to 60 degree and this angle is also equal to 60 degree. Why? Because OA and OB are the radius of the circle. So which means the length OA is equal to 12 and length OB is also equal to 12. All right. Length OA is equal to 12 and length OB is also equal to 12 and AB is also equal to 12. So they are forming an equilateral triangle. Okay. Now OQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB bisecting the chord AB at P. So we know that this angle is always 90 degree. Okay. This angle is degree now because perpendicular, if it is bisecting, then it must be perpendicular from the center. It will always bisect the. So here. So it says OQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So this is the point Q. OQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. Intersecting the chord AB at P. The arc AB at P and the arc AB at M. So arc AB at M and CD at Q. Okay. It also says OM is equal to MQ. So what is OM? If you observe here, the length OM equal to MQ and OM is nothing but that is. So radius OM equal to MQ, both of them are 12. So can I say from equal to 24. Yes or no? O to M is a radius which is 12. So M to Q is also 12. So 12 plus 12, that is equal to 24. Now the area of the region enclosed by the segment AQ, okay, line segment AQ, QB, and the arc BMA. So we need to find out the area of this region. Okay, I need to find out the area of this region. Okay, this yellow region. Okay, now just look at here, all of you. Just wait. I think suddenly the PPT has closed, so let's start it again. Okay, so we are at question number. Okay, the explanation has been deleted. Okay, so anyway, question number. Which question were on we? Recover it from the left hand. चलो कोई बात नहीं. हाँ, we are at this question ना. So I think I already told you. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में रिकवर करने का ऑप्शन होगा. Not, it was not there. Anyway, so let's see. So we are on question number 13. So we have identified this thing that in the figure given below, let me go back here. In the figure given below, I'm going to explain it again. The circle has a chord AB of length 12. So the length of this chord AB is equal to nothing but that is equal to 12. So AB, it is equal to 12. Okay, which makes an angle of 60 degree at the center. So it is making an angle of 60 degree at the center. So OA is the radius, OB is the radius. So these two angles will be also equal 60 and 60. So OAB is basically nothing but it's a it's a equilateral triangle. The length of OA is also equal to 12, OB is also equal to 12, and AB is also equal to 12. OQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. So OQ is the perpendicular bisector. So angle QO, it is going to be 90 degree here. Okay. So OQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB intersecting the chord AB at point P. So chord AB at P, the arc AB. Okay. This is not Q. So OQ is the perpendicular bisector of AB. Q is the perpendicular bisector of AB intersecting the chord AB at point P and the arc AB at M and CD at Q. And this is point P. Okay, this is point P. So let me write down this is point P. All right, point P. And OM is equal to MQ. Now remember OM. OM is also the radius of the circle that you can see. So OM is equal. So M also equal to 12. So I can say okay. The area of the regions enclosed by the line segment AQ and QB and the arc BMA. So now I'm going to draw the figure here. So this is the area which we need to. Okay. So this yellow region area which I need to put out here. Now, if you look at here, all of you, can you guys tell me what is the area of this region? I'm saying there are two regions. One is yellow and this orange region. Orange region, which I'm going to say it right now. Can you say this is nothing but it is basically a sector of circle? Please tell me yes or no. orange region is nothing but that is a sector of a, take na? 60 degree. So I can say the orange region here. So let me write it down. So the area of 60 by 3 is 16 into r square, and the radius is equal to nothing 12 square. So that will be comes out to be 144 by 6 pi. So 144 by 6 pi, it will be equal to how much? So 144 by 6, that is equal to 144 pi, and 60 by 360 is 6. So we can say here, so that will be equal to 24 pi. So let me write down 24 pi. Now, what is the combined reason, that is orange plus yellow reason? Can I say it is basically a quadrilateral? And in that case, the diagonals of a quadrilateral are intersecting each other at 90 degree. Or you can even think it of as a kite also. Yes or no? Does the figure OAQB seems to be a kite, orange plus yellow? Yes? Or even if it is not kite, forget about this thing. We know that in any quadrilateral, if the each other 90 degree, area is always equal to half d1 d2, so half into product of the diagonals. So the length OQ, it is equal to 24, and the length AB, it is equal to 12. So orange plus yellow region, it is simply equal to half into product of the diagonals. Half d1 d2 sine theta hota hai, and 90 here, the sine 90. So this it comes out to be equal to 144. So I need to find out the yellow region. So I'll take a difference of these two. So the answer is 144 minus 24 pi. And since I need to find out the closest, so I can say 144 minus 24 into 3.14. Yes or no? 24 into 3.14. So it will be, comes out to be approximately, even if I take 24 3s are 72. Yes or no? 0.14 neglect kar deta hu just for a moment. Let's see. So 144 minus 72 is 72. And my answer has to be somewhat lesser than 72. So answer is option number D, which is 69. Okay, 144 into 0.14, you can calculate it and you can subtract that. So answer is basically 69. So this will be, comes out to be 64. Any doubts to anyone now? So this was something which I was talking about, that if it strikes in your mind, it is just a difference between the area of a quadrilateral minus area of a sector, then it will be easy. So can we move to the next question? Okay. Now, this was also easy, 14 and 15. Languages are tricky. Sorry, options are tricky. It says 190 students have to choose at least one elective and at most two electives. So 190 students. So can you say exactly one? Okay. Number of students who have selected exactly one elective, one elective, plus number of selected exactly two electives, and number of, but at least one and the maximum two. So can you say exactly one plus exactly two? That is equal to 190. Few of the students have selected exactly one elective, few students have selected exactly two electives. So the total sum, it is equal to nothing but 190. Okay. It is also found that the number of students choosing E1 is half the number of students choosing E2 and 1/3 of this. Moreover, the number of students choosing two elective is 50. So exactly two elective. So exactly 2, it is equal to 50. So what is the value of exactly 1? Exactly 1, it is equal to 140. And exactly 3, in any case, that is equal to 0. Okay. So I'll say there are 3 electives like this one. So let's say this is elective E1, elective E2, and elective E3. Now, so it says here, moreover, the number of students choosing two elective is equal to 50. It is found that the number of students choosing E1, let's say X students chosen E1, is half the number of students choosing E2. So E2 is equal to 2x, and 1/3 of the number of students choosing E3, which is equal to nothing but that is equal to 3. 1/3, that is 3x. So what is E1? That is all plus twice of exactly 2 plus thrice exactly 3. Okay, and this will be equal to x plus 2x plus 3x, that is equal to 6x. Is that clear? यही होता है equation. If I add these three, E1 plus E2 plus E3, then that is always equal to exactly 1 plus twice of exactly 2 plus thrice. And thrice of exactly, this middle value is always 0 here. It is given in the question. Okay. So we know exactly 1, it is equal to 140 plus twice of exact 2, 140. That is equal to 6x. So here is the value of x. So 140 into 2, that is 280. 280 plus 140. What is this value comes out to be? The value of x, anyone? Oh, ये मैंने 2 into 50 करना होगा ना? Exactly 50. So x will be equal to 50 into 2 is 100 plus 140. That is equal to 140 plus 100. That is 240. 240 by 6. That is equal to 40. So I can say this x is equal to 40. You can write down. X, it is equal to how much? 8. And this is equal to 40 into 3, 120. So this is all we can find out. So can we move to the questions now? On the next slide. चले आगे. All right. So I'll say this is E1, this is E2, and this is equal to E3. Okay. This is 40. We have this is equal to 80. This is 20. All three is 0. So exactly 2, it is equal to 50, 140. Now, the question is which of the following cannot be obtained from the given. So out of the 14, 5 of the informations we can gather, but one of the informations we cannot identify here. So which of the following cannot be identified from the given information? That is the question. Okay, first one, number of students choosing exactly one elective. We can calculate this. Number of students choosing one elective, we can calculate this. So the answer can't be option number 1. Okay, so ये तो आंसर नहीं होगा. Number of students choosing E1. Number of students choosing E1, it is equal to 40. So that can be also calculated. Number of students choosing E3. Okay, so number of students choosing E3. So can we calculate the number of students choosing E3? Yes, E3 is equal to 120. So this can't be the answer. Option D, number of students choosing both E1 and E2. So we are talking about this area. Okay, now this area. Can we calculate? Definitely no. We can't calculate this area. ठीक है ना? So the answer is option number D. This cannot be determined. Okay, what about option E? Let's see. Number of students choosing E1 or E2 or both, but not E3. Okay, so this is option number D is saying number of students choosing both E1 and E2, but not E3. So we find out this area. इस सर्कल के बाहर जो भी है. Let me say this area. What is this option number E is talking about? Choosing either E1 or E2 or both. So anything outside the E3. So this can be calculated. Why? Because this is equal to E3 is equal to 120. Guys, yes or no? On total is equal to 190 tha na? So 190 minus 20, that is equal to 70. So sum of these, it is equal to 190 minus 120 is equal to 70. So that can be calculated. So that's the answer can't be option number E. So the correct answer is option D. So is that clear to all of you now? So the correct answer for this is option number D. Can we move to the next slide? Avinash, Nikita, Rohan, Damini, everyone. Okay, am I audible? All right. Question number 15. Let's see. So again, this is E1, which is 40, E2, it is equal to 80, and E3, which is equal to 120. This middle part is 0, and we also know that it is equal to 140. यही था? Yes, and exactly 2, it is equal to 50. Okay. Now, in addition to the given information, the question says, in addition to the given information, which of the following information is necessary and sufficient? So, which of the following information is necessary and sufficient to compute the number of students choosing only E1, only E2, and only E3? Only E1, only E2, and only E3. Okay. So let's start. In addition to the given information, which of the following information is necessary and sufficient to compute the number of students only E1, only E2, E3? Okay. Now, let's start here. First option. First option says the number of students choosing both E1 and E2. So if both E1 and E2 is given to us, means this value is given. So if this value is given, can we calculate? Now remember, we need to calculate this is A and this is B and this is C. We need to calculate the values of A, B, C. So with the help of which of the information we can calculate A, B, C, all the three values. First option, number of students choosing both E1 and E2. No, we can't calculate here. So option A can't be the answer. B says number of students choosing only E1, number of students choosing only E1, and the number of students choosing both E2 and E3. E2 and E3 is given. So it's saying if this value is given and E2 and E3, this is given. So on the basis of that, can we identify B and C? No. Okay. Option number C, let's check option number C. Option number C says number of students choosing only E2. So this value B is given. Let me write down what are given. So option C, this value of B is given. And the number of students choosing both E2 and E3 is also given. So this is also given. Okay. So now we can definitely calculate. How? Just see it here. If this is given, this is given. So I'm going to put a tick mark. What all can be calculated? So this area can be calculated from 80. I can subtract these two given value. I can calculate this one. So this area can be also calculated. And even this area. So the answer is definitely option number C. So I'll say it's a tricky question. Not easy, difficult neither. Any doubts to anyone in question number 15 now? Can we move to the next question? If this is clear to all of you. Okay, guys. So let's move to the question number 16. Now, this is also a difficult question. Question number 16. A box contains 6 cricket balls. Okay. So there is a box which contains 6 cricket balls. So cricket balls, total 6 balls are there. 5 tennis balls. So there are 5 tennis balls and 4 rubber balls. So rubber balls are 4. So the total number of balls here, it is equal to 15 here. Of these, some balls are defective and some are non-defective. So I'll say defective balls and the non-defective balls. The proportion of defective cricket ball is more than the proportion of defective tennis ball, but less than the proportion of defective rubber balls. So remember, it is talking about the proportion. So it says the proportion, I'm writing the proportion of cricket ball. Defective cricket ball is more than the proportion of defective tennis ball. More than the proportion of defective tennis ball. Okay. So this is, we are talking about the proportion of cricket ball is more than the proportion of tennis ball, but less than of the defective rubber ball. So proportion of rubber ball, cricket ball, and proportion of, this is regarding the defective. Okay. So let's write down here. Now, if you look at the option, all the options are 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. Moreover, the overall proportion of defective ball is twice the proportion of defective tennis ball. So proportion of total, it is twice of proportion of tennis ball. That is again defective items only. So what best can be said about the number of defective rubber balls in the box? So number of rubber balls in the box. Okay. So I need to find out what best can be said about the number of defective rubber balls here. So how I have done it, I'll tell you my approach. कैसे किया था मैंने? So proportion of tennis ball. Now minimum. So let's say if tennis ball there is only one tennis which is defective. So what is the proportion? 1 by 5. 1 by 5. Out of 5, only one of them is uh, faulty. So one of them is faulty. So that is coming out to be equal to 20%. Take it? That is 20% here. So for the total, it is double of the proportion. So total number of balls which is defective, that is equal to 40% of the balls are defective. Okay. So 40% of the balls are defective. And if the 40% of the balls are defective, so can you guys tell me how many balls are defective total? नहीं ना, double होना चाहिए. So the overall proportion of defective ball is twice the proportion of defective tennis ball. So if I say only one tennis ball is faulty, let me write down the number in this way. And proportion of defective. Okay. So if I say there is only one tennis ball which is defective, out of 5, just starting with 1, if there is only one tennis ball is defective, so 1 by 5, that is the proportion, which is equal to 20%. Okay. What are you saying, Garima? Have I written something wrong? 5 tennis ball, 4 rubber ball, cricket is 6 ball. I'm just assuming. Acha, question mein hai, which of the, what best can be said about the number of defective rubber balls? That is okay. I'm just saying ki tennis ball kam se kam, tennis is definitely 3. Okay, we'll see. So if I say only one tennis ball is defective, just go step by step. If only one defective ball is tennis, so proportion is 20%. So in that case, the total number of balls is defective is equal to 20 ka double, that is equal to 40%. So 40% of 15, what is 40% of 15? That is equal to 3 balls. Yes or no? 3 balls. So अब अगर ये 3 balls है, तो it means what? What are the possibilities? अगर मैं 3 balls defective है, so what about the, okay, proportion of tennis is equal to 20%. So in that case, proportion of cricket, it has to be more than 20%. So if I take 1 by 6 is 16, तो मुझे देगा. So 2 by 6 in that it will be equal to nothing but 2 by 6. It is equal to 1 by 3, which is 33.33%. Yes or no? Oh, yes, that's right. I've done it wrong. This is equal to 6 balls. So that is equal to 6 balls. 40% is equal to 6. 15 into 40. That is 6. So there is one tennis ball is defective. Now we need 5 more defective balls. But for cricket, it has to be more than 20. So if I take one cricket defective ball, so 1 by 6 is 16.66, which is not possible. So I'll take 2 now. So 2 by 6 is equal to nothing, but that is equal to 33.3. So that is one of the possibilities I'm saying. So 33.33, which is greater than this. So minimum 33.33 to hoga hi. So in that case, rubber should be greater than 3. So 1 plus 2 here, it is equal to 3 balls. Total number of balls is 6. So in that case, rubber will be equal to 3. And if the rubber is equal to 3, then 3 by 4, that is equal to nothing but 75%. So it is satisfying all our conditions, yes or no? So rubber is equal to 3 to hoga hi hoga. If the number of tennis ball is 1, in that case, number of rubber ball, it will be equal to 3. Is that clear? But can it be equal to 4? In this case, it can't be 4 now, because if I take 4, because we need a minimum of cricket ball, that is 2. So the answer is basically it is exactly 3 balls. Okay. I'll consider all other cases also. Just wait. Now, if you start with something like this. Okay. कि tennis ball मेरे पास let's say 2 defective है. Okay. Instead of 1, if I say, let's say there are 2 tennis balls are defective. So if 2 tennis balls are defective, so proportion is 2 by 5, which is equal to 40%. So total defective balls कितने हो जाएंगे? So total defective balls in that case it will be equal to 80%. And what is 80% of 15? That is going to be equal to 12 balls. Yes or no? There will be equal to total of 12 defective balls होने चाहिए. Now, so if 2 tennis balls are 40%, so I need cricket के भी 40% से ज्यादा होनी चाहिए. So minimum I need to take 3 balls लूंगा तो 50% ना. If I take 2 balls, so in that case, it will not satisfy you. And also remember one more thing here. Total number of rubber balls 3 है, 4 है यहाँ पे. तो ये value या तो 3 होगी या 4 होगी. So if it is 2, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So this will be 7. So ये तो possible नहीं है ना. If I'm taking this as 4, so 2 plus 4, it is equal to 6. And so here it has to be 6. So in that case, 6 cricket balls, all are defective. So 100% cricket ball is defective. And all the 4 rubber balls are also defective. That also person. So that's why it is not possible at all. So the answer is definitely option number A. It is exactly 3. It can't be equal to 4. Is that clear now? Please respond. So it was not something which is very easy, but manageable. So let's move to question number 17. Okay. Now, very interesting question 17. Mohanlal, it says, Mohanlal has a square land side 2 kilometer. So there is a square land of side 2 kilometer. Okay, so I can say each of the side is equal to nothing but this is equal to 2 kilometer and 2 kilometer. For the current season, he decides to have some fun. He makes 2 distinct points on one of the diagonals of the land. Okay, he constructs 2 circles. Each of these circles fall completely within the land and touches at, and that is very important, it is touching at least 2 sides of the land. To his surprise, the radius of both the circles are equal to 2 by 3. So the radius of both the circles are 2 by 3 and it is touching at least 2 sides of the land. So it is like this one, I can say. Okay, and if it is equal to 2 by 3, so if from the center I can say this is equal to nothing but that is equal to 2 by 3 kilometer. So this distance it is also equal to 3 kilometer. Okay, this distance is also 2 by 3 kilometer. Okay, this is also equal to 2 by 3. So यहाँ तक ये जो आ जाएगा मेरे पास, this is also 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 is 4 by 3 and 4 by 3 plus 2 by 3 that is equal to 6 by 3 and this is 2. So ये ऐसा बनेगा फिर 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3 and the total is 2. And the second circle will be like this one. They are overlapping. Okay. So this will be again, you can see this is 2 by 3. This is also, okay, 2 by 3. Okay, like this one. So can I say this what is happening? This figure has into 9 dimensions 2 by 3. Please tell me yes or no. Are you able to visualize this? 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 that is equal to 2. So I can say this is the figure which I'll get here. Okay, and like this. Okay. So what is happening? Basically, this is the point P, this is point Q and R and S. Now, whether we have done, if the question is like, there is a square to R. है ना? किया है ना class में हमने? Yes. So once you understand the figure, then it is very, very easy. So I'll say, this is the figure PQRS. Okay, this is a square PQRS. All right. So this is the square which is equal to PQRS. And again, another thing here is, that here the dimensions are this is equal to 2 by 3, this is equal to 2 by 3, this is equal to 2 by 3 and this is equal to 2 by 3. Okay, all right. And here we are drawing an arc like this one. Okay, so I can say if this is region is equal to A and let's say this one, this is also equal to A and this is B. So 2A plus B, 2A plus B, that is the area of the square, which is equal to 2 by 3 whole square. So 2 by 3 whole square, which is equal to 4 by 9. That's right. And A plus B, it is a sector of a circle. Yes, and a quarter of a circle. So that is equal to 1 by 4 into pi r square. So what is pi r square? That is equal to pi into radius, which is equal to 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 ka square, that is 4 by 9. So A plus B is basically equal to pi by 9. And if I need to find out the B, multiply the second equation by 2 and take a difference. So my answer is the value of B. If I solve these two here, so 4 by 9 minus 2 pi by 9. 2 into pi, 2 into 2 minus pi upon 9. Okay, गलत लिख दिया, उल्टा हो जाएगा. Multiply the second equation by 2 and subtract first equation from that. So it will be equal to 2 pi by 9 minus 4 by 9, which is, I think, the option number D, isn't it? Is that option number D? Yes, the correct answer is option number D. That is the correct answer. Any doubts to anyone now? Clear to all of you? All right, let's move to the question number 18. Now, this is the most difficult question of this XAT paper. Okay, let's discuss it. It says a hare and tortoise run between points. So there is a point O and P. Just look at here. This is point O and P. Located exactly 6 kilometers from each other on a straight line. They start at O. So tortoise starts at O and here starts at O. They start at O, go straight to P, then return to O along the same line. They run at a constant speed of 12 and 1. So the speed of the hare, it is equal to 12 kilometers per hour. And the speed of tortoise, it is equal to 1 kilometer per hour. Okay. Since the tortoise is slower than the hare settles between O and P until the tortoise goes to P and returns to O. So what is the total distance covered by tortoise? Can you say two complete round? Yes or no? Tortoise went from O to P and P to O. So tortoise has covered 2 rounds. So in the same time, because the time is constant here, here will cover how many rounds? Here will cover nothing but that is 24 rounds. Means 2 rounds means I'm talking tortoise went from to here. And in that case, here has covered a total of how many rounds? 24 rounds. So this is the 2 rounds, then the next time. Or you can say 12 to and fro rounds. Is that clear to all of you? One round is from O to P. I'm saying one round is from O to P. So O to P and P to O. That is 2 rounds. Or you can write down that is only 1 round. And return journey ko leke, you can let me write down that is tortoise is covering 1 rounds means that is from O to P and then P to O. So here we'll take 12 rounds now from O to P and P to O. That will be considered as 1 round, to and fro motion here. Okay. And it says during the run, how many times are the hare and tortoise separated? Now, because of this, separated by an exact distance of 1 kilometer from each other. If the question was simply at how many times they will meet, the question would have been very, very easy. We have done that. Okay. How many times they will meet, so we could have find out. But the question is, how many times they are separated by an exact distance of 1 kilometer from each other. Okay. Now, ideally, if you look at here, can I say if total round is 24, so the answer should have been 24 into 248 because the question says it is going distance of 1 kilometer. Now, so while going back, if the tortoise is here, so here can be 1 kilometer behind or 1 kilometer front. There are 2 possibilities. So 1 kilometer behind or 1 kilometer after the tortoise. So in that case, 2 possibilities are there. So in one round, there are 4 possibilities. Like from here, if he is moving, there are 2 possibilities. For here to here also, there are 2 possibilities. And you could have told me that, okay, 24 or sorry, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4 into 12 is 48. But that is not the answer. Okay, that is not the answer. So let's see how to calculate. Now, if I say first round, okay, this is round 1. Here is here, tortoise is here. So already told me here and tortoise. So here will be at here and tortoise will be 1 meter ahead. So there is 1 possibilities. Okay. While coming back, now also remember what is going to happen here. When here will complete, okay, tortoise will complete 1 kilometer and 12 kilometer. That is the ratio of the speed. So when the here complete 1 round, let's say this is point. So while coming back again, okay, tortoise will be at somewhere here और एक उससे आगे. तो ये तो 3 will be 3 points the first round. Is that part clear to all of you? There will be three possibilities in the first round. Please tell me yes or no. Because here and tortoise, both of them are starting from the same point. अगर दोनों सेम पॉइंट से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं तो टॉर्टवाइज हमेशा हेयर से आगे होगा. तो पीछे 1 मीटर पीछे तो नहीं हो सकता है, वो उससे 1 मीटर आगे होगा. बट वापिस आते वक्त वो उससे 1 मीटर आगे भी हो सकता है, 1 मीटर पीछे. ये डिस्टेंस भी 1 मीटर हो सकती है, ये डिस्टेंस भी 1 मीटर हो सकती है. सो दैट्स व्हाई इन द फर्स्ट राउंड देयर आर 3 डिफरेंट पॉसिबिलिटीज आर देयर. इज दैट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू कि फर्स्ट राउंड में 3 पॉसिबल केसेस बनेंगे? प्लीज टेल मी. Nikita, Garima, everyone, Avinash, Rohan, all of you. Okay. Now, but अब यहां पे एक कैच है. When remember, when the here reaches here to the back to point O, तो here ने कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल कर लिया? 6 किलोमीटर एक राउंड है, तो 6 और 6 12 किलोमीटर. सो here ने टोटल 12 किलोमीटर ट्रैवल कर चुका है. अब अगर हियर ने 12 किया तो टॉर्टवाइज ने कितना किया? 1 किलोमीटर. सो इट मींस जब हियर एग्जैक्टली इस पॉइंट पे है, सेकंड राउंड जब स्टार्ट कर रहा है, तो ऑलरेडी वो टॉर्टवाइज से 1 मीटर, टॉर्टवाइज इज एग्जैक्टली 1 किलोमीटर अहेड. सो दिस पॉइंट इट इज एक्चुअली काउंटेड ट्वाइस. तो ये 2 बार काउंट नहीं करना है. दिस इज वेयर सम ऑफ यू माइट कमिट अ मिस्टेक. ओके, तो इस केस में क्या होगा? वो 1 किलोमीटर ऑलरेडी ये एक पॉइंट कैलकुलेटेड है. तो ये टॉर्टवाइज यहां पे वापिस के तो हियर मीटर पीछे होगा, 1 मीटर आगे होगा. तो इस केस में भी टोटल 3 पॉइंट्स होंगे. हाँ, ये कभी भी स्ट्राइक नहीं करेगा. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई से दिस इज अ डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन. तो सेकंड राउंड ऑफ हियर, इन द सेकंड राउंड ऑफ हियर आल्सो देयर विल बी 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज. इज दैट क्लियर? नॉट 4 पॉसिबिलिटीज. तो सेकंड राउंड में भी 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज होंगे. उसके बाद फिर 4 पॉसिबिलिटीज होंगे. लाइक अगर मैं राउंड ले टॉर्टवाइज का, तो टॉर्टवाइज कहीं पे भी हो तो उससे पीछे होगा. वापिस आते वक्त भी 1 मीटर आगे और 1 मीटर पीछे. 4 केस बनेंगे. सो राउंड 1 आई एम राइटिंग डाउन इन राउंड 1 दैट देयर आर 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज. इन राउंड 2 देयर विल बी 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज. ओके, इन राउंड 3 देयर विल बी नथिंग बट that is round 3 there will be a total of 4 possibilities. In round 4 there will be a total of 4 possibilities. Now round 5, round 6 and round 7, that is where you need to concentrate, all of you. Here also, because they are about to reach to the opposite ends. Any doubts to anyone regarding round 1, round 2, round 3? Please tell me now. Nahi? Okay. I'm going to erase this thing. Now, so when I'm saying 1 round is complete, 2 round is completed, why here 4 round is completed and 5 completed. So 5 round means it is here. So he has completed 5 rounds. So what will be the position when the 6th round is started? Okay, this is the 6th round. So here is the here tortoise और here यहाँ पे है. तो ये 5 राउंड यानी कि 5 2 10 इसने कवर कर लिया ना. तो टॉर्टवाइज की पोजीशन कहां पे होगी? टॉर्टवाइज तब तक 5 किलोमीटर ट्रैवल कर चुका होगा. ये 1 किलोमीटर ऑलरेडी यहां पे है. एंड हियर इज द टॉर्टवाइज. क्योंकि 5 राउंड, हर राउंड में वो 1 किलोमीटर कवर करेगा. यस और नो? लाइक व्हेन द हेयर विल कंप्लीट 1 राउंड, tortoise will complete 1 kilometer. When the hare will complete 2 rounds, tortoise will complete 2 kilometer. When the hare will complete 3 rounds, tortoise will complete 3 kilometer. When hare will complete 5 rounds, okay, when hare will complete the 5 rounds, tortoise will, by that time he will complete 5 rounds, 5 kilometer. So here it is already here. So ये जो 6th round में, now when the tortoise is already ahead, he will be here और here. तो क्या here tortoise के आगे 1 किलोमीटर हो सकता है when here is moving from point O to point P? Please tell me all of you. क्या ये पॉसिबल है? निकिता, गरिमा, अविनाश? क्योंकि दिस इज पॉइंट P, ये पॉइंट P और ये ऑलरेडी इनके बीच में गैप है. तो टॉर्टवाइज 1 किलोमीटर है, तो ये जो डिस्टेंस है ये 1 किलोमीटर है, तो ऑलरेडी टॉर्टवाइज कुछ डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल कर चुका होगा। हियर उसके पीछे से आएगा तो उसे एक बार पीछे तो 1 किलोमीटर बनेगा, बट आगे नहीं बनेगा। इज दैट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? आगे नहीं बनेगा। सो राउंड 5 में तो 4 बनेंगे ही, बट राउंड 6 में फिर कितने बनेंगे? कैन यू गाइस टेल मी? और वापस जब ये जाएगा पीछे, ठीक है ना, जब ये उस वापस आएगा तो वापस अब पीछे नहीं बनेगा, केवल आगे के साइड में 2 बनेंगे। सो राउंड 6 में एग्जैक्टली ट्वाइस, एंड सेम थिंग इन द राउंड 7 एग्जैक्टली ट्वाइस, and after 6 you'll get the same pattern. Then round 8 it will be equal to 4, 9 it is equal to 4, okay, and so on. Last 2 rounds में फिर से 3 and 3 होगा. So round 9 it will be 4, also it will be equal to round. So that's why the answer is option number A, which is 40, which is equal to 40. So this is something which is actually a very difficult question, better to leave. In the XAT, maybe we'll find out 1 or 2 questions, something which is completely new type of the question, which is better to leave. जरूरत नहीं है ना. कट ऑफ कितनी गई है? 8 मार्क्स गए ना. 8.75 was the cut off. You can easily solve from the remaining 27 questions. If you try to solve it, you can easily get 8.75. For BM, for HR it was 4.75 only. So anyway, any doubts to anyone now? Can I move to the next question? Okay. Now, question number 19. So question number 19 is something which is very, very interesting. Okay. ये easy था. It says X, Y, and Z. Start a web-based venture together. X invests 2.5 lakh. So X is investing 2.5 lakh. Y invests 3.5 lakh, and Z invests 4 lakh only. Okay, 2.5, 3, and 4 lakh here. In the first year, the venture makes a profit of rupees 2 lakh. A part of the profit is shared between Y and Z in the ratio 2:3. So let's say Y is taking 2A amount and Z is taking 3A amount. And the remaining amount, profit is divided among X, Y, Z in the ratio of the initial investment. So initial investment, I am taking this is equal to 8B, this is 7B, and this is equal to 5B. Okay, initial investment, so I multiplied these ratios by 2 just to avoid the fraction term. 2.5 into 2 is 5, 3.5 into 2 is 7 here. Okay. All right. ये हो गया. So if I add all of them, this profit, the total profit in that case, that is equal to 5A plus 20B. And this 5A plus 20B is equal to 2 lakh. So if it is equal to 2 lakh, so 2 followed by how many zeros? 5 zeros. Okay. Also, it says the amount that receives is 4 times the amount that X receives. So what is the amount Z received? So Z received is 3A plus 8B. It is 4 times the amount which X receives, that is 5B. So from here, I'll get 3A, it is equal to 20 minus 8. 20 minus 8 is equal to 12B. So 3A is equal to 12B. So A is equal to nothing but that is equal to 4B. So the question is, how much amount does Y receive? So how much amount does Y receive? So Y receive how much amount? That is 2A plus 7B. Okay. So A is equal to 4B. So that is equal to 2 into A. That will be equal to 15B. 2A is equal to, comes out to be 8B. So 15B. So I need to find out the value of B. You can calculate it. You can solve this, put this value of A in this equation. So this equation will be 5 into 4, that is 20B plus 20B. It is equal to lakh. So B, it will be, comes out to be equal to 5,000. B is equal to 5,000. My answer is 15 times B. So 15 into 5,000. 15 into 5,000 is equal to nothing but that is equal to 15 5 is 75. That is 75,000. So the answer is option number B, which is 75,000. Okay. Is that clear to all of you? So the correct answer is option B, which is 75,000. Any doubts to anyone now? So can we move to the next slide? Question number 20. So this was easy, doable. 20. Okay. All right. Now let's just see all of you. So it says, question number 20. A shop sells bags in 3 sizes. That is small, medium, and the large size bag. A large bag cost 1000 and a medium bag cost 200 and a small bag cost that is nothing but that is equal to 50. 3 buyers, Ashish, Bunty and Chintu, that is A, B, C. So there are 3 buyers, A, B and C. Okay. Put together the shop, their respective amount is as okay. So all the 3, the respective amount spent by all the 3 persons are same. They are equal. So can you say the total amount, it has to be a multiple of 3? The total amount which these 3 persons are spending together, it must be a multiple of 3. Is that part clear to all of you? It must be a multiple of 3. Okay. Now, together it says the shop sells 1 large bag. So the number of large bag is only 1. Okay. 15 small bag. So that is equal to 15 small bags. And the medium bag is, let's say it is equal to M. So what is the total amount? Total amount is 15 into 50. Plus that is equal to 1000. Okay. So that is 15 5s are, that is 750. So that is equal to 1750 plus 200. So the question is, what is the minimum number of medium bags that the shop sells to them? Now remember, there is a 1 large bag is there and only 1 person can carry large bag. Yes or no? कोई तो एक बंदा होगा जिसके पास एक लार्ज बैग है, and if that person is carrying 1 large bag, उसके पास minimum 1000 rupees है. So all these 3 persons together, they must have nothing but must be greater than equal to 3000. Please tell me yes or no. होना चाहिए. Together it must be greater than equal to 3000 because large bag की price 1000 रुपए है. अगर किसी के पास large bag है तो उसने 1000 रुपए spend किया. If all the 3 persons have spent the same amount, so minimum they have spent 3000. So you can go by the options also. Okay, but मैंने किया था बिना options के. So let's see. If you substitute 4, so 200 into 2, 400, 1750 plus 400, it is less than 3000. So 4 can't be the answer. 5 can't be the answer. Let's try with 7. So 750 plus 17. So 17 plus 1400, that will be, comes out to be equal to how much? That is definitely coming out to be more. ये क्या आ जाएगा यहाँ पे? 1700 plus this one, that is equal to 3150. So 3150. So each person is spending 1050, 1050 and 1050. Is that possible? Yes, that is possible. Like I can say one of the person is buying one large bag and 1 small bag. Only 7 and 10 that side. So 7 is satisfying. Could have used that. 3 के multiple. So 1 large bag plus 1 small bag. Yes. So 1 large bag plus 1 small bag. इससे मेरे पास 1050 रुपए आ जाएंगे. ठीक है. 1000 का large bag, 50 रुपए का small bag. The other possibility here is that, remember, I am taking M is equal to 7. There are 7 bags. ये लिया मैंने. ठीक है. Other can be 5 medium bag. Person bought 5 medium bag and 1 small bag. Yes or no? तो 5 medium bag 1000 रुपए और 1 small bag, so that is equal to 1050. This is also. And the last person, he can buy 2 medium bag and plus remaining all the 13 small bag. That is equal to 1000. So yes, this is very much possible. So that's why the answer is option A, which is 7. Is it clear to all of you? Can we move to the next question? So this was manageable. Not a straightforward. 21. Actually, if you see question number 21, देख के लगता है कि okay, पता नहीं क्या, it's a very, very difficult. But believe me, this is one of the easiest question here. Okay, why? It says consider the 4 variable A, B, C, and D and a function z. Of these variables, z is equal to this one. It is given that a, b, c, d are non-negative integers. That is something important. A, B, C, D are non-negative integers. That's it. So it says the first condition, it says 2a plus b, it is less than equal to 2. And we need to max minus c power by d. I need to maximize this. So it means the subtraction portion, it has to be minimum. Yes or no? Among a and b, the part which I'm subtracting, it has to be minimum. Now 2a plus b is less than equal to 2. So the minimum possible value of b, I can take 0 और a की value 1 ले लेता हूं. A को maximize करूंगा because it is in the positive and coefficient of b is raised to power 4 is negative. So take b as 0 and a as 1. यही होगा possibilities. So I take b is equal to 0 and a is equal to 1. And I need to find out the d. Okay? If z needs to be maximized, then what values must d take? So take the third equation. So a is equal to 1. So that is 3 into 1 plus b is equal to 0. 4 into 0 plus 15 here. So in that case, 3 plus 4, it is equal, 3. So d must be less than equal to 12. So the maximum possible value of d is equal to 12, which is option number E. Is that clear to all of you? Any doubt? So this was doable, not a difficult question. Seems to be difficult, but actually it's very easy. Can we move to the next question? Question number 22. Another question which is very interesting. If it strikes in your mind, you'll get the answers quickly within a seconds. Just hear how. Am I audible? Susant, Damini, Avinash, Nikita, everyone. Okay. So it says XYZ is an equilateral triangle inscribed in a circle. Okay. So let me draw a circle and this is a triangle XYZ. Now P is the point on the arc YZ. So I'll say, let's say this is the point X, this is point Y and Z. P is a point on the arc YZ such that X and P are on the opposite side. So this is a point P. Then which one of the following must be true? Now we can definitely go by one options. Let me join this one. Achha. Now it's an equilateral triangle. So if I say XY is equal to, let's say A, YZ is also equal to A and XZ is also equal to A. All of them are equal. Okay. Let's say ZP, it is equal to B and YP, it is equal to C. And XP, it is equal to D. So it's a cyclic quadrilateral. And we know that in cyclic quadrilateral, there is something known as Ptolemy's theorem. That sum of product of opposite sides are always equal. Sum of product of opposite side is always equal to product of diagonal. So product of opposite side, so A into B, it is equal to, A into B plus A into C. So sum of product of opposite sides. So take the two opposite sides of a quadrilateral, A and B are on the opposite side and A and C are also on the opposite sides, and that is always equal to product of diagonals, that is A into D. So from here I'll get D plus C is equal to D. And what is the length B? B is equal to PZ. What is the length of C? That is equal to YP. And what is D? That is equal to PZ plus YP. That is option number B. Now tell me, was it difficult? नहीं ना? But यही है कि ये strike करना चाहिए कि okay, if it strikes in your mind, then it can be solved within seconds. Otherwise, you can also start solving it one by one with the help of the options. Try eliminating the options that which are not possibilities. So can we move to the next slide now? So out of these first 22 questions, I'll discuss the DI later. Abhi karte hain. Just give me 1 minute. The questions which I think which you should have done, all of you, is probably कौन सा starting के जो 6 to 7 questions, they were easily doable. Yes or no? In the first 7 to 8 questions were easily doable. And in between, there are some questions which are manageable. And then if you do any one set of DI, probably the last set of DI was also easy. Yes or no? So let's start with the DI, 6 questions. We'll finish it quickly. All right, guys. Actually ये सेट भी बहुत इजी है, दोनों both the DI sets are easy. Yes. So that's why I told you, Nikita, na, ki always the moment you see any question, if you know there is something, some familiar kind of the questions you have solved, कुछ ऐसा किया हुआ है, तो उससे पहले करो. जिसे comprehend करने पे ज्यादा लगता है, just leave that here. Okay, I will see that. It says the following graph depicts sector-wise percentage contributions to the gross domestic. Okay, so the following graph depicts the sector-wise gross domestic product of 9 nations labeled nation A, B, C, D, and so on. So there are 9 nations. All right, guys. So there are 9 nations. It is known that these nations are Brazil, Germany, and USA, but not necessarily in the same order. So 9 nations, but these 9 nations are represented by which we have no idea. That we'll see with the help of the data which has been given here. Further, all the data which has been given here. Now, let's move to the next part here. Now it says the GDP. The following, however, are not. Okay, so these are the following information which is also given to us here. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes. So the GDP of the 9 nations are given, and then there are different conditions here. It says in terms of percentage contribution, it says first point, in terms of the percentage contribution, let me see. Okay. Yes, I think I can see that 2 of the points are repeated same. Yes or no? Point number 2 and point number 3. Yes or no? So I'll just say there is one more piece of information was there. I'll just write it down in front of you. Information इसमें छूट गया है. Let me just change it. Just give me 1 minute, all of you. Point number 2 has been repeated twice. So this point, it has been repeated twice. So I'll just change the point number 2 and then we'll solve this question. One of the point is missing here. Let me write down. That point is China has the highest agriculture sector. Agriculture sector GDP valued at US dollar $1 trillion. Yes, this was missing. Followed respectively by the USA and India. All right. Just give me 1 minute. Let's start with the discussion now. So this is the case. Now, the GDP of 9 nations are given, Brazil and some. Now, second point says China has the highest agriculture sector GDP valued at US dollar 1 trillion. Okay, so basically there are three sectors if you look at it: agriculture, service, and industry. So I can say there are three sectors I can write down, that is agriculture. Okay, then the other one is nothing but the service, and then industry. Okay, these are the three sectors. All right. China has the highest agriculture GDP valued at US dollar 1. So agriculture for China, it is equal to US dollar 1. And it is the highest also. Okay, it is the highest. So for rest of them, for rest all of them, the agriculture, it has to be less than 1. Okay. Now, in the agriculture sector followed by the USA and India. So USA is the second highest. Yes or no? USA agriculture is the second highest. For India, it is the third highest. Is that part clear to all of you? The top three are nothing when it comes to the agriculture here. So agriculture, China is the highest, but it is again, it is equal to $1 trillion. So you just need to keep that thing point. This is $1 trillion. Okay, $1 trillion. So let's hear. So we know that China is the highest in concern. Now, in terms of percentage contribution to the respective nations' GDP by their services. So it is talking about in terms of percent. The UK and France are respectively the first and the second. So UK and France are the first and the second. So UK and France are the first and the second in terms of percentage contribution in the service sector. So if I go back in the service sector, the top is nothing but in terms of percentage contribution, it is equal to 79%. Okay, 79%. And the second, it is equal to nothing but that is 78%. And these are nothing but what? They are first and second. They are first and second. So nation D is nothing but that is what? Nation D is UK. So UK is nation D. Okay, UK is nation D. All right. And this is nation H. So nation H is out and the nation D is out. So nation H is 78%. That is basically what? France. So France is nation D or kya tha? France is nation H. So nation H is France. Is that clear to all of you? Please respond. So UK is nation D and France is nation H. So I can write down UK is nation D. So UK is nothing but that is nation D. The France is nothing but that is equal to France is nation H. So France is nation H and UK is nation D. Is that part clear to all of you? Please respond. Nikita, Damini and everyone. Okay. We do not need to write down their agriculture, what is their agriculture, service or industry. If it is not needed, I'll leave it there. But we know here. So percentage contribution, they are highest here. Now nation A, B and G have the same GDP. So A, B, G and have the same GDP. So the possibility is that is Brazil and then India and the Russia. Can I say they are A, B, G? So Brazil is belonging to A or B or G. India is also either nation A or B or G. Okay. So Brazil, India and Russia are either nation A or nation B or nation G. And there is no other possibilities here. They have the same GDP. Now, fifth point. The GDP of the India's industry sector. Now, India sector is lower than the Russia. So here it is talking about the India industry sector, Russia industry sector. However, it is larger than the Brazil industry sector. So we are talking about three countries here, and which we are talking about. So GDP of India, in the case of industry, it is lower than that of the Russia. So it is lower than that of the Russia. Okay. But however, it is larger than that of the Brazil. Now that is only in case of industry sector. And we know the total GDP for all these three are is 2 and 2 and 2. Yes or no? India, Russia and Brazil from the point number 4, we know. Okay? That is 2. And total industry, sorry, total GDP Russia is 2 and India is 2 and Brazil is 2. But when it comes to the sector wise for the industry sector, Russia has to be more. So can I say that is only possible if the percentage contribution to the industry in the for Russia is going to be more than the percentage contribution for India, which is more than percentage contribution for Brazil. तभी possibilities है, yes or no? All of you, please tell me. So let's check A, B, and G. We know that Russia, India, and Brazil, it belongs to A, G. So industry. So for A, industry sector, yellow one, A, it is 30%, B, it is 35%, and for G, it is 20%. So 30, 35, and 23. So for A, it is 30%, B, it is equal to 35%, and for G, it is equal to 23%. So can you guys tell me which one is Russia, which one is India, and which one is Brazil? Russia has the highest among the three. So can I say Russia is nothing but that is nation B? So nation B is definitely Russia. Okay, nation B is definitely Russia, and nation A is definitely India, and the nation G, which is 23%. So nation G is also, it is nothing but India and Russia, that is what? Brazil. So I can write down here now. So we can say now that is for sure that when it comes to A, India is nation A. So India is nation A. Okay. Russia is nation B. So Russia is nation B. So Russia is nation B. And the Brazil is nation G. So for these five, we are definitely sure. Is that part clear to all of you? Please tell me yes or no. Now, so we have identified five out of how many of them? That is equal to 9. We are still left out with 4. Now, one more point which was given here, that is point number 2. China has the highest agriculture sector GDP valued at US dollar 1. So for China agriculture sector, let me write down here instead of next slide. For China agriculture sector, it is equal to 1. So 1 by 10, which is equal to approximately 10%. Okay. So for China, it is equal to nothing but that is going to be equal to 10%. Yes or no? Agriculture sector for the China, it is 1 out of 10. So it is 10%. So from the graph, can you check in which case agriculture sector is equal to 10%? Please tell me. In which case agriculture sector is equal to 10%? All of you. I think that is definitely nation number what? That is can be nation D as nation D or nation I, but nation D to already use ho chuka hai, so only possibility is now nation I. Yes, sorry. 1 by 10, na? 1 by 10, 10%. So yes, that is only one possibility is for 10%. That is nation F. Perfect. Okay. You all can see that is nation F. Okay. Nation, it is 10%. So I can say nation F. So China is nothing but that is nation F. Any doubts to anyone now? So China is nation F. So which all nations are now remaining? Tell me. So A, B, D, G, F, H, we have done. So A, B, D, G, F, and H, we have done. Which all nations are remaining? So the nations which are remaining here is that is nation C, D, we have no idea, E, F, G, H, and then I. Am I right? Ye nations bach gaye, C, E, and I. One more piece of information followed respectively by the USA and India. For USA and India. So we already know for China agriculture sector is 1. For India, calculate the agriculture. Let's say what is the percentage of India in the agriculture. So percentage of India in the agriculture, that is nation A. So nation A agriculture is 17%. Okay, 17%. So India is 17%. So 17% of 2, that is equal to 0.34. Okay, 17% of 2, that is equal to 0.34. So for the USA, it is the second highest. Remember, USA is nothing but that is the second highest. So for USA, the agriculture value, it must lie. Yes or no? Please tell me. For India, it is 0.34. And for China, it is 1. And the USA is the second and the India is the third. So USA must lie between 0.34 to 1. Okay. So we are left out with C, E, and I. So agriculture sector for C, we can see that is 3%. For E, it is 5%. And for I, it is 1%. Okay. So for C, E, and I, C agriculture, it is equal to 3%. For E, the agriculture, it is equal to 5%. And for I, the agriculture, okay. And USA total is equal to 17. So let's calculate. If it is nation C, so 3% of 17, that is equal to 17 3s are 51, that is 0.51. So this may be possibilities. If 5% of 17, that is equal to 0.85, this may be the possibilities. And for I, 1%, that is 0.17. So can I be USA? Please tell me. Can I be USA? All of you know. So it means I can't be USA. I is basically either C or E. So I is USA is either C or E. So for USA, there is I've got two possibilities, either C or E, and then there is no other possibilities here. So for Germany, it can be either C or E or I. For Japan, it is either C or E, I. Okay. Any doubts to anyone? So can we move to the questions now? Statement number 2 is what? Statement number 2 says China has the highest agriculture sector GDP valued at US dollar 1 trillion, followed respectively by the USA. 3 says in terms of percentage. Now 3 is only talking about the percentage contribution. In terms of percentage contribution to the respective nations, not the exact. GDP by their service sectors, the UK and France are the respectively and first and second. So on the basis of we have identified that the France is H and UK is nothing but that is D, but nothing else ना. उसके अलावा तो कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते ना. It is talking about the percentage contribution, not the value wise contribution. All right. Okay. So let's move to the next part then. Let's come to the questions now. So the first question, based on the given information, how many nations can be uniquely identified? That is option number D, which is 6. Any doubts to anyone now in this question? ये तो clear है. We are able to identify for the 6, but for 3 of them we are not sure. Now, next question is very, very interesting one. Let's see here. It says, next question, it says, okay. Now you see, based on the given information, which of the following cannot be ruled out? Which of cannot be ruled out? Okay. So let's say, what is the meaning of this one? Which of the following cannot be ruled out? So it means which of the following is the possible? Russia is nation G. So Russia is nation G. Is it true? Russia is nation G. Russia is nation G. No, it is a false statement. Yes or no? It's a false statement. Japan is nation E. So Japan is nation E. Is that possible? Yes. Japan can be either C, E or I. So Japan can be either C, E or I. So yes, that is definitely a possibility here. So the answer is option number 2. This is a possibility. So the answer is option number B. Can I move to the next one? Question number 25. Let's move to the question number 25. Which of the following information, when considered, the question is, when considered in addition to the given information, does not allow us to completely identify the 9 nations? It does not allow us. So out of the 5, 4 of them, with the help of these 4 of the statements, I can identify all the 9 nations. But there is one option with the help of which we can't identify the 9 nations. First one, it says both Japan industry GDP are more than US dollar 1 trillion. So Japan and Germany industry GDP. So Japan and Germany industry GDP. Okay. So Japan industry GDP is more than 1 trillion. So industry GDP, let's concentrate here now on the industry GDP. So CEI na, CEI. Okay. So if I'm talking about C, E and I. So for industry GDP, for C, it is equal to 25%. Okay. E, it is equal to 20%. And I, it is equal to nothing but that is 30%. And this option also says, first option, Japan and Germany industry GDP are more than US 1. So Japan and Germany is, Japan plus Germany is more than 1. What is the Japan? Japan is 5 and Germany is 4. So Japan is 5 and that is equal to 4. So let's see here. We know that I can be what? C, USA can be C or E. So if C is the US, then these are Japan and Germany. Yes or no? Or if E is the USA, then these two are Japan and Germany. but we need the combined together for Japan and Germany to be more than 1. So let's say if USA is C, then E and I got 20%. Okay, 20% of 5. 20% of 5 is equal to how much? Please tell me. And 30% of 4. Is that possible? 20% of 5, 25 is 1 आ रहा है? No. 30% of 4 is equal to 1.2. Yes, that is very much possible. If USA is equal to 20, okay, guys, just a minute. It says which of the following, when considered here, does not allow us to completely identify the 9 nations here. Both Germany and GP industry GDP are more than US dollar 1 trillion. So they are more than US dollar 1 trillion. No? So more than US dollar 1 trillion. So USA can be either C or E. If USA is C, so E and I, industry. It is talking about what? Industry. So in the industry sector, that is yellow here, E is, we are getting USA as C. So E is equal to 20%. All right. And I, it is equal to 30%. Or Japan or Germany, kuch bhi ho sakta na. So I'll say, what is 20% of 5 and 30% of 4? Whether it will be more than 1, please tell me. 20% of 5 and 30% of this, is it more than? Yes, ye satisfy kar raha hai. Even if I'll say USA is here, तो उससे भी तो आई जाएगा ना. Even information does not allow us. I think first is here the correct answer for this question. Which of the following information, when considered in addition to the given information, does not allow us to completely? The question here does not allow us to completely identify the 9 nations in the graph. When considered in addition to the given, does not allow us. So like if I say option B, it says Germany industry GDP is US dollar 1.2 trillion. So Germany pe if I go, let me write down here, that is Japan, Germany and the USA. Okay, Japan is equal to 5 and Germany it is equal to 4 and USA it is equal to 17. ठीक है, USA it is equal to 17. And it says Germany industry GDP is US dollar 1.2. If industry, if I'm talking about the industry, if it is getting 1.2, option number B. So 1.2 by 4, that is approximately equal to how much percent? 1 by 2 by 4, that is equal to 12 by 40 and 4 threes are, and this is 4 tens. So that is 30%. So it means Germany industry GDP is nothing but it has to be 30%. So 30% agar hai, so it means that is nation I. So it is nation I. So Germany is nation I. Germany is nation I, then USA and Japan. USA and Japan is C or E. यही होना चाहिए. Germany is nation I, so USA is C or I. Just a minute. Yes. So USA is either C or E. यही था ना? We have identified what? USA is either C or E. And Japan is also C or E. So we know that is equal to 30%. And yes, इससे तो मेरे पास unique information तो नहीं आ रहा ना? We cannot find out, yes or no? We cannot make out from this. We are not getting the answers about the regarding all the 9 nations. So option B is definitely the answer. I just need to check option A also. But option B, so definitely it is satisfying. Is that clear to all of you? That option is the answer. If Germany is 1.2, so we are getting 2 different possibilities. We are not getting a unique answer. Okay, we are not getting a unique answers. But I think from the option A, we might get a unique answers. Okay, let's see again. एक बार फिर से check करते हैं option A. Maybe I was doing some sort of mistake here. So here, so industry sector, and we know that is C, E, and I. Let me write down industry sector. So industry sector for C is, I'm writing the value. Industry sector for C, it is equal to 25%. Okay. For E, it is equal to 20. And for I, the industry sector, it is equal to 30%. Okay. And option it says both. Oh, yes. I know what I mistake. I was trying to take the combined together. It says both Japan and Germany. Yes. Both Japan and Germany industry sector are more than US dollar one. So here for Japan, it has to be more by 5. Yes or no? More than 20% होना चाहिए Japan का contribution. For Germany also, it has to be more than $1. So 1 by 4 होना चाहिए. So percentage contribution, it has to be 1 by 4. Means more than 25%. So Germany, I need more than 25%. So Germany is definitely I. And Japan, we need more than 20%. So Japan is definitely C. So USA is E. So we are getting a unique answer. So option A, we are getting a unique answer. Is that clear? Actually, I was combining both of them. दोनों का एक साथ ले रहा था, which was wrong. Individually, both of them has to be more than 1 trillion. So we are getting a unique. So the answer is option number B. Can we move to the next question? Last set, 26, 27, 28. Okay. Now, this is the set which is again a very easy one. During the 2015 to 19, the question says during the year 2015 to 19, the revenues of the 4 companies P to S are given as below. Okay. Now it says which of the given company has the highest year growth in terms of percentage in any single year during the 5-year period. किसका सबसे highest है? So if I observe here, that is here, change is 25 for company P, 25 by 150. 25 by 150 is approximately 1 by 6. Yes or no? 1 by 6 का change है. Here 25 by 175, no. Here their change for company P is 200 to 250. So 50 by 200. 50 by 200, it is equal to 1 by 4. So for company P, the maximum change is equal to 1 by 4. Yes or no? ठीक है, from 2018 to 19 it is 0. Now for company Q, okay, 140 to 180, there is a change of 40 by 140. So 4 by 140, which is equal to 4 by 14, which is equal to 2 by 7. 2 by 7, 1 by 7 is equal to 14, 2 by 7, that is 28.56. नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा तो नहीं है, just a minute. 40 upon 140. So 40 upon 140, here it was 50 by 200. And that is equal to 28.57. So for company Q, the maximum is 28.57 in 2016 to 17. Rest of the year, you can easily visualize 180 to 130 by 180, 1 by 6 nahi hoga. Then here 10 by 210, 1 by 10. So for company Q, the maximum is 28.57. For company P, it is max 5%. For company R, 1 by 5, train 2 by 16, 160 to 180 means 20 by 160. So 2 by 16 means 1 by 8. No, ये भी नहीं होगा. 240, 40 by 200, 40 by 200, it is equal to 1 by 5, which is 20%. यहाँ maximum आ रहा है. Here it is 20%. That's just 20. Maximum is definitely for Q. Okay. So in this case. Now, this was something you had not too much of calculations. Orally, you can neglect a lot of possibilities, isn't it? Calculations orally कर सकते थे. The values are given in such a way. So the answer is definitely option number B. Now, let's move to the next question. 27. It says, it was discovered later that one of the companies misreported its revenue of one of the years. If the misreported revenue is replaced by the correct one, the revenues of that company over the 5-year period will be having an automatic progression. Okay. So just by changing one of the values, they are forming a series of AP. So we'll see that. What is that possible? Okay. P, if I look at here, 150 to 175, that is a change of 25. 175 to 200, change of 25. But here there is a change of 50 and change of जीरो ना पॉसिबल, कोई एक वैल्यू को चेंज करके 25 का एपी बन सकता है क्या? नाउ इफ आई चेंज पी, if I change P को 250 की जगह make it 225, so they will form a series of AP. Please tell me yes or no. So P is the possibility. So if P is the possibility, answer can't be option number A as well as option number D. Okay, let's check for S now. I do not need to check for Q. I can check for S. Check करता हूँ. 150 to 160 10, 160 to 180 that is 20, 180 to 200 that is 20, and 20 to 40 that is equal to 40. No, so R doesn't seems to be possible here. So R तो नहीं कर रहा है. So S 100 to 20, 20, 20, 140 to 170. Okay, 170 if I make it 160. So there is a 20 and then 20. So P and S. So the answer is option number D, P or S. Is that clear to all of you now? Can I move to the next slide? Okay, so let's move to the question about 28. The last question. It says during the period from 2014 to 2015. Okay, so we have no idea about the values for 2014, but we have the value for 2015. Okay, now 150, 125, 150 for company P, company Q, company R and S. The revenue increased by 25% for three of the companies and by 50% one. So for one company, the revenue increased by 3 by 4. So it means revenue has become 3 by 4, sorry, 25%. So 25% is equal to 1 by 4. So for three companies, revenue become by 4. Okay. And for 50% can increase, for one become 3 by 2 times. Okay. So what are the different possibilities? The total increase in revenue for all the four companies put together is equal to 125 lakh. Total increase in the revenue is 125 lakh. Let's say if company P, किसी एक का 3 by 2 times होना चाहिए. So if the company P, it is become 3 by 2 times. So 3 by 2 is equal to 150. So originally 150 into 2 by 3. So 150 into 2 by 3. What is 150 into 2 by 3? Tell me. 150 into 2, that is 100. ये हो जाएगा. If अगर इसका 50% से increase होता है तो 100 to 150 there is a percentage increase, and rest of value it will become 5 by 4 times. So previous year it will be 4 by 5. So 125 into 4 by 5. So 25 by 4 by 5, 4 by 5. Or you can use the fund of the multiplying factor also. 125 by 5, it is equal to 25 into 4, it is 100. Okay. For R also 150 into 4 by 5. So 30 into 4, that is 1. And 100 into 20 into 4, that is 80. Just see whether there is an overall increase of 125. Here there is a change of 50. Here there is a change of 25. Here there is a change of 30. And here there is a change of 20. So क्या total 125 का change है? Yes है. Now same thing I can say for here also. Now remember, for P and R, for P also it is 150, for R also 150. Now so I can even interchange this also. Let's say if I say for R it has become 50%, and for rest of them again it is 25% and 25%, 25%. ये भी होगा क्योंकि data is same, rest of the two values are still same. So I can interchange these two also. So these are the two different possible cases here. Either P can be increased by 50% or R is increased by 50%. Only when P and R are increased by 50%, there is a change of exactly 125 lakh. Okay, and for Q and R, if you make the change of 50%, it won't change. So the question is, which of the following cannot be true? Okay. So first option it says, the 2014 revenue of P and R cannot be determined uniquely. That is true. ठीक है ना, P and R we can't determine the revenue uniquely. क्योंकि P और R का जो 2014 का revenue हो सकता है, ये 100 and 120 है, but they can interchange also, like I told you, they can interchange also. So ये 100 120 or 120 100, so we cannot determine. So first is correct. Second, from 2014 to 2015, the increase in revenue of at least two companies are same. No, all 50 20, ये तो definitely false है. So the answer is option number B. So there is no need to check the other options. So is that clear to all of you now? So the correct answer is option number B. In case if there is any doubt, please tell me now. All right, so that completes the entire discussion of this one. And I'll say similarly, you need to analyze each and every other XAT papers. हर एक XAT papers को ऐसे ही करो, 1 घंटा solve करो, just see whether you are able to clear the cutoff of that particular year or not. And then you can make. XAT is one paper which I think हो सकता है, cutoff बहुत ही low जाती है, sectional cutoffs. So any doubts to anyone now? Okay, guys. So good night to all of you.